you were to talk to yourself, freshman you in high school, I know for some of you it's going back a little bit, and tell yourself, hey man, you don't need to worry about this. What would you tell, freshman you?
I think when I entered high school, I went to a pretty selective magnet high school in Richmond. And when you go there, you are just so impressed with everyone. And that's great. That means you're amongst a community of motivated individuals. But on the other hand, it can really take a toll on your mental health when it comes to self-comparison. I think a lot of people think college is like getting in is like a formula. To some extent it is, to some extent it's not. And to the extent it's not, it's like I would follow these people's footsteps. I would kind of do what they do. Because I thought, that's the secret sauce. That's what I'm gonna do. But in the end, it felt very inauthentic to me.
Probably the number one thing is it doesn't matter what on earth anyone else in your high school thinks about you. Don't even think about it, because there are so many kids out there that peak in high school, or that all they care about is what you look like, and it's all, people keeping score. And I think, it definitely depends on where you're from. And I would say for sure with being in school in a wealthy suburb from Connecticut, I'll be very open about it. That's how it was, and it's everyone's keeping score. And it's like, who cares? You need to do what's best for you.
God, if I was going back and telling myself one thing not to worry about, it's like, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, if you take me in high school, I was a huge, stereotypical nerd, right? During lunch, we had the lunchroom, which is where most people ate, and then we had the commons, which is where, the cooler kids ate. I ate in the media center, which was the room where people did video editing, and I played Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! With my friends during lunch. And we even, one day, we reached out, we got a professional Magic the Gathering player named Sam Black to come into school so we could interview him with me and the trading card game club. Now, if you think that kid is going to go to a university and become the president of Interfraternity Council, who's very involved in Greek life, that is something I would have never imagined. And when I got to college, it didn't matter who I was in high school. It didn't matter what I did in high school. I'm just I want to try this, so I did it. So the biggest piece of information to freshman year, Jack, is it doesn't matter what you're doing now. If you want to do something else, just go do it.
The biggest thing for me, I kind of relate to Helen in that, my school was very, there was a very toxic environment in high school in that, I always say this, but I felt like everyone was walking around campus in high school with, a floating GPA number above their heads. It was you knew what everyone's GPA was. I wasn't, the perfect student by any means. I feel like I got, a B at least, once every semester or something like that. And every single time that happened, I felt like world was crashing down, college goodbye, there was no way out. I was so shocked, kind of, when I got into WashU. And it was while it wasn't my first choice necessarily, it became a dream to me, sort of. We've been on this call for an hour and a half now, and I could still keep going for another hour and a half,
All of us could.
Asking questions. And I know, all of us literally could. And I've been on calls with prospective students that will literally last an hour, and it doesn't matter to me because I want to keep talking about WashU, as I'm sure everyone on this call does. And so, if you're worried about college, worried about anything, you can reach out to any of us and we will be here and talk to you for hours on end.